What is up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of our UK road trip on our mission to get Lamborghini car parts in our beautiful Piaggio Porter. Now, me and Craig, we had a few beverages last night.
A few lemonades.
And we crafted a bit of an idea, and we have a friend that may be able to accomplish this idea for the Piaggio Porter. Let's get into it. It's like going to a friend's house, you got to wash off your shoes before you come in. She's come up like new.
Oh, she is.
Washing it in the mud.
Here, Jake, you may put that up on the ramp before he misses it.
Fits like a glove. So we're down here with Jake. What is up?
How are you doing?
At 365 Performance and facilitating this stupid idea I see.
Yeah, basically. See what we do.
This actually happened in about 4 texts of we want to do something stupid, we want to make it lower, and there was no argument from you, there was no comeback. It was like, yeah, let's do this, let's do some sketchy shit.
Sketchy shit, sounds great.
Right, so we're going to do some figuring out of this, and behind me there's another shed and there's an outdoor shed and everything, so we're going to show you all the stuff that's around, and we had a little bit of a tour beforehand, and it's pretty insane what's here, plus some, well, familiar cars to us, which is pretty cool as well. So this was, as we said, sight unseen on the internet, and it's not too bad. You can tell it's a bit of a farm vehicle because it's got mud absolutely everywhere. Okay, so instead of reversing the spring that we did some Googling and it didn't actually, yeah, I don't think that is the best thing to do because apparently it lowers it so much that you have to notch the chassis, and obviously we're not going to do that today. So what we have done, as you probably saw in the cutaways, we removed this, which is the relief spring. So now we're going to figure out how much lower it is. Which appears to be not that much. We're taking another one out. How much do you reckon this is going to lower it by? About
2 inches.
Okay, go down.
More Lisa.
What are these springs doing? Okay, so we decided to just go with one leaf off because the shock is actually bottoming out, so we need to in the future come up with a different solution to that to make this van lower. So Jake is just finishing up this side. We're going to do the other side and then something for the springs, and then we can have a look around this place. I apologize. This is probably the biggest piece of shit you've had on the ramp, and I did say it was clean, but it doesn't. So the big release of lower in the back.
It's lower than it was.
Like, it is lower. I'm just saying, Craig, you're like 1.5 to 2 centimeters in an hour or so.
If only we could all do that. If only we could all do that.
You'd be very happy, and that's what I am right now.
I feel like I fit this nicely.
You don't drive this, you wear this. I've only seen how ridiculous we must look in this. That's why people are laughing at us on the way past. Okay, so many of you may recognize this car because it kind of has gone viral this past month. So this is Jake's E92 M3 supercharged that you may have seen drifting on the snow in Finland. So this has been a long way in the past few weeks.
Yeah, it's done a lot of miles. 2,500 miles to get there, 2,500 miles back, and then did 1,000 miles while we were there. All legal, of course. ESS 650 kit, supercharged E92 M3. It makes, they say 650, it doesn't make 650. It's probably like 580, something like that. Loads of grip, plenty of power, good fun.
Very sensible daily, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's good on fuel. My average miles per gallon right now is 10, so it's really good.
So this is your new, I'd say drift car, but you run your cars road legal as well, don't you?
Yeah, it is like you could basically put a fire extinguisher and call it a pro car, but it'll be road legal and I'll use it on the street and just for daily commuting and stuff like that.
So you say you enjoy doing this?
Yeah, I do.
Did you enjoy doing the firewall?
I actually did in some ways. It was long.
I can only imagine
It takes
how long that took to actually do.
It takes a long time to mark it out, and it also takes a long time to roll it.
Doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Big into FDs at the moment.
I have been for a really long time. My problem with this car is it doesn't really have a real purpose in my life at the moment. Like
Just looking cool, that's all it needs. So the front bumper on these, this is like a special front bumper, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's a half carbon REM EMEA one. So it's the REM EMEA style, and then from like there down is all carbon fibre, and it's got all the genuine canards and stuff. And the engine bay's all been bare metal.
So you've restored, this is what you do here as well,
Yeah,
you do
we do
restore cars, so it'd be pointless not to do it to your own cars.
Exactly, yeah.
I can't help but, in the corner of my eye when I was looking at this car, what is with the underside?
So this has a complete flat floor. Years ago, this car was like full of aero. It had a massive chassis mounted wing on the back.
I don't know too much about all this stuff, but like, that's metal all the way across.
Here, go under the entire thing, literally cover the whole floor.
But then to brace it, there's like box.
Yeah, it's pretty savage.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah.
So this is like it has to be a serious track car, is it?
It used to be a serious track car. He uses it now for the road a bit more, but yeah, it did used to be a like proper track car.
Well, I guess you need a flat floor on the road in case you go over a speed bump and scuff your gearbox.
Exactly, yeah, you can just scuff over everything now instead. So this is a friend of mine called Jake Nest. He built this car probably 3 years ago. It's full genuine TCP Magic kit.
Which are very rare.
Yeah, and expensive. Proper race car-y sort of thing, but it's got Bridgeport built engine in it and massive turbo and all that sort of stuff. So it had a boost pipe on it here that used to hit on that strut tower there, hit the power steering bottom and everything. So we remade that for him with loads of pie cuts to make it go around everything.
I was gonna say that is like that is a lot then.
A whole car's worth of welding in one piece of pipe.
And the turbo is just massive on there.
Yeah.
The size of that.
Big old Johnny.
Saved a bit of pipe work there.
Yeah, straight to the intercooler.
And behind us we've got, this is kind of the same style as what you went with.
Yeah, it's similar.
I love the paint. I'm not sure if you can tell how sparkly it is.
Like Jersey.
I'm a sucker for sparkly paint, I'll tell you that. There's going to be a lot of people cringing at that now.
It's getting repainted. That was part of the deal, was he was allowed to buy it, but he wasn't allowed the paint job.
Why is he not allowed the paint job?
He's not allowed it. It's one off, innit?
Oh my...
You know when you get a bit of a splatter or something, you just kind of... Brand new. Basically,
That's crazy. That is cringeworthy there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the car I mentioned at the start that is pretty special to us is, well, that's a piece off it. So if any of you can guess what it is, that's what we're going to see in a little while in the sheds up there. I will also just mention at this point, this is the weather outside. We are in winter and I don't know what the hell you're doing in shorts.
It's not cold.
I'm not gonna lie, we got here and he's in a t-shirt as well. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you.
The car was so muddy I had to put a jumper on. Shameless plug, is for sale if anyone wants to buy it.
Oh my god. Love M2s and literally you got one of the smallest BMWs there and one of the biggest trucks here. This is your tow rig?
Yeah. It's some unit.
Some unit, Jesus Christ.
It's a big old thing.
With the this will give the American trucks, sorry, I know this is an American truck, but how they do them up in America, run for the money. Yeah. How does the oh, that's how. So you've got to lower it by this much.
10-inch drop.
So this is, for anyone that doesn't know, this was kind of one of our first cars that we started making content with. This was a kind of basic-ish competition car. It was a very competitive car years ago. but this was a SR20 350 box. Would have been one of the first kind of generation of people putting the 350 boxes in there, but it's obviously a little outdated now and getting, well, almost a fully redone, isn't it?
It's having changes to the rear end, different box, different engine, tube front, and most of the kit's been replaced because it's all been sort of smashed up. So the only thing that's really going to remain is probably the spoiler, the quarters, and this door.
Updating to all the link goodies and screen.
Put a link dash in it when we first got it together because he didn't like the dash that was in it.
It was digital analog almost.
So it was a proper like this car was like a 2008 BDC car. That's like how you'd describe what this car kind of was. It was like a good competitive car in its day and had all the bits that kind of suited. Like the wiring in it was all loads of switches, loads of relays, all that sort of stuff, which is very much what everyone did 5-10 years ago. Now everything goes on a PMU and a CAN bus board and it's just easy. But yeah, it was a very good car for its day.
This car in the corner is, how would you describe it?
I feel like that is like the perfect S14.
It's kind of like S-body perfections. 14s are one of those things that they either look really bad, or if you do them right, they can look really good. A lot of it that hurts them is the back end. The back end's really weak unless you make them wide with a bumper that sticks out a bit. But yeah, it's a really special car. Full cage, tube front, custom firewall, full custom interior, 15 dash. Yeah, I'm sure it'll probably come over to Ireland for the LZ Fest and all that sort of stuff.
I hope so. Like, this is just ridiculous. Like, down to the radiator brackets is just all gussets and perfect. I'd be afraid to ask how much the inlet manifold is. 6 boosts. Everything is just brand new on this thing.
Yeah, it's a good bit of kit, and it's fully built RB PRP spline drive. It's a real thing. It's got CD09 in it. It'll make that turbo probably 600 horsepower, but you could easily put a bigger turbo on it and make 700-800 horsepower with the setup. A few little bits to finish on it this year, and it's got to go through dyno and be tuned and stuff. But yeah, it'll be a really good car when it's out and finished. Hopefully he doesn't damage it.
If I was him, I would definitely not call you if I damaged it.
I wouldn't either.
Do you reckon she's good for 8-hour drive?
Oh, mint. Yeah, brand new.
That's the optimism that we like, right, Craig? You're taking first stint.
Oh yeah.
Cold start? Yeah. Right, see you, dude.
Take it easy. See you later, Jake.
What a stellar start to the day. I think you're gonna have to do a drop to first, Craig.
Oh, so we have it.
Oh.
Feels a little bouncy, Josh. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's inevitable. We took away one of the springs. Just to let you guys know, Jay does actually have a YouTube channel, which I'm going to put the link down below. Post some really cool videos, gets into all kinds of shenanigans and snow drift and everything like that. So you should go check it out. How far? 3 hours, Craig?
3 hours, 4 minutes, Josh.
Well, I mean,
I'm not done.
I know that the first 3 minutes of this trip is going to be great because I've got a spare Greg's.
And I'm going to take you down. Jelly, water for you, Luke said. Myself some nighttime driving glasses. Couldn't say no.
What the hell are these?
So we try them on?
Oh, obviously.
Oh, lad!
Well, these actually work.
They do work.
Holy crap, these.
I mean, but I can see more there when I put them on than when I can see a second.
Get them on.
Oh, they're on.
Craig, have you booked a nightclub or something?
I think I might have, I just think.
I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty seedy.
I seen there's a pool table in the bar.
That's what we book at. I think it's a 2-star. You can tell we're in a safe spot because they got a bike rack, but I've got a feeling the bike's been stolen because it's just the wheel left there.
Poor Lock got a bad old time as well.
Yeah, so the van is well and truly locked. The valuables have been brought. Let's go check in. Not gonna lie, Green. Some spot.
That was some spot, Josh.
My head's hurt a little bit, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, but some spot nonetheless. Ready for another day in the van. Okay, so first thing on the agenda today, we are gonna pick up the last of our Lamborghini cars, and then after then, we are going to somewhere, and let me tell you, it's a pretty special place that we're going. I was expecting it to be bigger than this, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it's fine.
Everyone in the office was skeptical if this was going to fit, and well, it's obviously it's going to fit. It's tiny. Fits like a glove. So we have just rocked up to the place where we're going, and now we don't have too long here because we have a ferry in about 4 hours, so we have about an hour here. But on the way, we're passing Mark McCann's. Good to see you, dude.
Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Welcome.
So we just dropped a message, and we thought you had some cars that'd be interesting, and looking around, I had no idea to the extent. We thought we had a problem, but you, honestly, even in the background here.
Yeah, it's an issue. It's something I'm trying to resolve. Taking tablets for, but
You're kind of an inspiration because, not that we're a Lamborghini channel or anything, but the thing that we're doing with ours is kind of taking inspiration from you because the cars, they're made to use and abuse, and you use and abuse yours.
like Lamborghini especially spend a lot of money trying to make a car which is amazing, and sometimes people don't get to see just how amazing it is. So and they are amazing. So yeah, we've done some crazy stuff. Yeah, try not to break them.
They're pretty pricey, as we're probably going to learn this year. Even the bush is a car themed here.
Right, don't sort of, you're gonna have to blur that bit on that. I got into trouble for that. It's a Honda NSX.
Honda NSX, and you.
We haven't done anything. Like I say, you'll have to blur it.
So there seems to be a theme around here as well. So you have obviously all your nice cars looking pretty, but you also have a bit of a novelty section.
Yeah, and I suppose that really shouldn't be in the novelty section. I haven't got enough room, so it's a shame that something like that's got to sort of go green, but it will be sorted. I promise everybody, because everyone will be like, what the hell has he done to that? But it will be good again soon.
Just seeing the distance, I don't even know what that is.
So that was a Mini, so I managed to race in, jump it into the water, but it actually dived in and it took the electrics out, but otherwise that would have worked. It's got paddles on the wheels and it moved, it worked. So a new form of transport. There's no queues on rivers, they're like empty.
So this is the machine that probably many of you have seen online being driven correctly, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely my favourite car and probably what our channel's most known for, but yeah, amazing piece of kit. Got a lot of memories in this car, and amazing tool, amazing.
So our Lamborghini is actually a road car, but it has no space for anything. So this is actually quite a smart
novelty.
As cool as it looks, it's actually quite a smart way of getting a little bit. Hang on, have you got air horns there?
Yeah, it's got like a siren, it's a police siren, which obviously doesn't work because that would be illegal.
That would be illegal, so obviously you wouldn't. You got some interesting wheel weights down here. Bit of mud caught up.
So you're balanced all the way around,
yeah. And then this is. I only saw one of these the other week, and I was saying, I was like, I'm not sure how off-road these can actually be. And obviously you've stress tested it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an amazing car. Like, how I explain this is it's a supercar without supercar problems. So you don't have to worry about where you park it, potholes, multi-story car parks, just go up the curbs. Just unbelievable car. I absolutely love this car. In all the videos, it's going sideways for a desert, so I sort of assumed warranty wise, it's got to be covered for that. Yeah, so I didn't get many exams at school, so I've got no certificates, but I keep my section 59s. I keep them as sort of like a positive, as a certificate for good driving.
So, in a new shed, and I think it's getting more ridiculous the further we go on. I hope this continues now.
Yeah, this is the best one.
Here she is. You know what? Half the people watching our channel probably they will be more interested in this tractor. But this is a rare one now.
Yeah, this is sort of like really special. I'm really lucky to have this. This is yeah. Can't believe it. Every time I still walk past it now, and it gives me goosebumps. It's amazing to think that the car I grew up watching is now sort of sat here, you know, in its glory. But amazing.
Like, how did you get this?
A guy I know sort of told me about it, and when I spoke to them, they'd seen what we do, and they sort of, you know, they said that it would be great to come into our hands. And I bought it, and there's a guy not far from here. I was really worried about how much money it was at the time, and he said that he'd have it if I didn't want it, so I sort of had to get out of it. And then of course a year later, when Ken sadly passed away, obviously everything changed, and it became less of a fun car, because you've got to be really respectful now. Like, I can't roll it or, you know, damage it, so it's changed dynamic a lot, but still like unbelievable fun. I've driven it, I do really careful what I do with it now.
I was going to say, like, this is almost priceless. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is irreplaceable. This is like a real, like, museum piece almost.
Yeah, it is very one of one. You know, it's and that sort of, yeah, comes with its own sort of worries, really.
So which one was this? Was this a Gymkhana or Rallycross?
So this was Rallycross, Dirtkhana, it was Gymkhana Grid, and it was Dubai and one other Gymkhana as well. So this car is the car. So
that makes it so much better how much history it's actually got with it then. Like,
this one has done a world rally stage as well. That's the carbon fibre seating here. Apparently was 25 grand, which they had to have for the World Rally Championship, the one they did.
we're used to drift cars and everything, but Rallycross cars, if you don't know, are like another level. Like, even the door cards all made so it goes into the cage perfectly, and oh, you've got the is that the Hoonigan handbrake, the billet one?
So that's the gold handbrake. And funny story that when they went to Dubai, the Prince of Dubai sort of let them have the streets as a circuit, and he was supposed to collect that on the day they finished the shoot, and he didn't arrive. So the handbrake stopped with the car, which now turns out to be like a right sort of like piece of luck, really. But otherwise, that wouldn't have been with the car. So that's really iconic. And this is the one where it had a cheetah or a leopard, I don't know, I'm not really into my pussies, but like there was one of those in the passenger seat. So it's raced Lewis Hamilton, the Formula 1 car. It's like it's
Hang on a second, was that in Barbados?
I think it was, wasn't it? It was.
I was there at that. That's incredible. This is the same car that was in Barbados racing him.
Yeah, it's done everything. It's a great car.
That's honestly such an incredible piece to have in here. And I knew you had it, and I never knew the full story of which one it was and everything, but like, it's got a lot of history to it.
Yeah, amazing car.
Behind me is no other than my favourite car, I think, the Fiat 500. This would go well with the small van. It's like the perfect two-car garage. Small van and a small car.
Probably fit that in your van though.
And then you've got like the hot hatches here, Renault 5 and a 205 GTI is just...
To me, when I was growing up, that was the car.
Yeah.
And if you had one of them, you had a beautiful girlfriend. That was like, that's how it was. Didn't matter how ugly you were. You had a sweet girlfriend. That still drives and feels like a modern day car. It's that well built. That doesn't. That feels like it's going to kill you if you have a crash. But that still feels like a proper car, even now.
And then just casually got about 10 go-karts then.
Yeah, that was a plan which never sort of like went through. So the plan was to build a go-kart track, but we could never get it sort of smooth enough. And like, you'd go around and all your fillings would fall out. It was that rough. For sale if anyone wants a go-kart.
And you got like a bit of a graveyard of very nice BMWs.
One day they'll be back to being beautiful. We've sold a few cars in a recent video, so hopefully now we're going to have room to restore these, get them locked away, and make them back beautiful and look after them like they deserve to be, really.
I'm not gonna lie, you can't really notice you've sold a few cars. it doesn't look that way from here. What on earth is this thing?
Again, like, we bought it to do a video, but I'm not quite sure. It does 500 miles to the gallon.
500 miles, that's like the Piaggio Porter. There's no quick escape. Oh no, the steering wheel even goes with it.
That is brilliant.
If you're on fire, you've just got to sit there and enjoy it.
How do you open it when you're inside it?
Oh, you don't. You need a friend.
Oh, you need someone.
Yeah, you need a friend.
So you've got to find someone on the other side. No, you
With
can
a fox.
you get out the sunroof.
It's like you're in a car park. You're like, can you just open it up.
Just shouting over. A lot of Irish people will know and love these. Is this a genuine Group B rally car?
No, so that one, that's actually a recreation. Still a really cool car. A lot of original Group B parts on it, but it's actually sort of made from a few cars. The same with that one there as well. Another short wheelbase road version.
Jeez, that's a big old turbo there. So this is a road car?
This is a road car, so it's methanol. Yeah, it's. I've never actually. I want to get it on the road. It's actually legal and ready to go. I've just never used it, so like I'm excited to use this because it's a pretty cool car with the short wheelbase. That's an original RS200.
My God.
Which is a really, really cool car.
People are going to hate me for this, but that is some sort of Irish rally.
And then that's a CLK DTM, probably the most unknown car to man. They've only ever made 100 of them, really, really rare.
No way, so is this like beyond the Black Series?
Yeah, this is past the Black Series. There's only one further up to this, which was like a GTR. But if you the interior on that, like you'll see, even underneath the carpets is carbon fibre, underneath the boot is carbon fibre. So the carbon fibre is for one reason, to make it go faster, not for show.
So this is literally like, this would be like the track going version of it?
Yes.
Oh my God, all the door cards. Like, obviously in race cars this is like fairly standard stuff, but like in a road going car from factory, like all the door cards, the center consoles, like, oh my God.
Like I say, even the partial shelf is carbon fibre.
No way.
And not a very good looking car. Wheels aren't particularly good looking, and even when they put these rear arches on, it's like they did it and then thought, oh yeah, I forgot about the fuel cap.
So, oh no way, so they've just made it shorter.
Just made it shorter.
It's we call them like a 10 to 6 job. It's like, really should spend a few more hours on this, but it's yeah, just gonna leave it as that and do it as quick as possible.
So yeah, it warned you not to get your tie caught in the fan.
You know what that actually is? For the few times that I wear a suit, that is one of my fears.
Yeah. Is that what you wake up at night doing?
Nightmares about it. And then moving on outside is just, I don't even know how to describe this.
What do they say? One man's rubbish is another man's treasure. Yeah, there's some weird stuff, like an old wedding car. There was an old hearse, 45,000 miles at sort of like 7 miles an hour. Then I've done the last 50 miles at 7,000 revs. So it's like, so that's been a lot of fun. That's quite a cool car. This is interesting.
Nice chameleon tint on the window.
Yeah, you'll see why now.
What on earth?
Oh my God.
Is this for like the Disney shows or something like that?
It was meant for a stunt show, but I'm trying to get it road legal now, and then like,
so you can actually drive like this.
Motorway.
Then obviously you've just got about 20 minis there.
Yeah, again, like, we have a lot of fun with those cars. They're actually bought for my stag do, so buy them at the right money, use them, abuse them, take the cats off them, drain every bit of fuel off them, send them back to the scrapyard, and as a rule they pretty much came out the same sort of price. For the fun, it's cheaper than going go-karting.
All you got to do is have your own private race course, I guess.
Oh yeah, idiot. Yeah, I never thought of that, yeah.
So we're just lining up a thumbnail, and we're going to get the Lamborghini, and Mark insisted that we hear the cold start.
I ruined your microphone on your camera.
Yeah, I heard it from all over there, Josh. Pretty clearly. There's a tow bar on it.
Probably the nicest car that's ever going to be parked up next to get a picture.
The thing is, you've top trumped me because that is the coolest van ever, and I want it really bad.
I mean, I'll offer a straight up swap if you want it. Have a think. Right, so we're really pushing it for time now, Craig. What time did we say we had to set off?
4:30, it's now 4:39, which is good in Josh world, like very good.
This is the most on-time shoot I think I've ever done, but Mark, you're a gentleman. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
I think we need to come back in the summer, I think, and test out your track. If you need a tester.
More than welcome. And on your race, you can beat the ways now, can't you? You can get home even faster.
She tops out about 50 or 60. Right, I'm letting Craig drive because he said I drive like too much of a pansy and we wouldn't get there in time.
We'll get there in time with me driving, Josh. No matter how much momentum we have to build.
Ferry's at 8:30. Says we're going to get there at 8:41, which is 11 minutes after. So this trip's going to be pretty interesting. Okay, so we're fairly certain we're going to miss the boat as we're stuck in traffic. That's not the worst thing. The worst thing is that it is now overheating and we can't get into the hard shoulder, and we have no water, we have no nothing.
There is no hard shoulder.
I can hear the water bubbling beneath me.
What's going on? I don't know who they are. Like that there is the water necking.
Okay.
So, oh, look at that fucking, the pipe. Car's sucking in on itself.
What's happened? What does... I think that's the problem. What's happened there?
I don't know.
Well, hopefully this fix it. I think it's official, Craig. We've made it. She's done a lot of hours driving.
I'm never doing this boat again, Josh.
It's been a long ass day. It's been a good trip. Got some Lamborghini parts. Got an awesome, fantastic, beautiful Piaggio Porter with a pretty rough suspension, as it sounds like. But we're gonna round off this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for following us on our adventure. I can barely talk. I'm so tired. We're on the ferry. I'm just gonna get some sleep.